What's up, internet? What's going on? Finally have tanks in the fish room. I'm pretty excited. I'm pretty pumped. Am I pumped? Am I excited? Yeah. I'm pretty excited to finally say we've got some tanks in the fish room officially. Still don't have a door, but we did the all the insulation up above is done, and that whole storage area is done up there. And I got some stuff to rebuild, obviously. Some of these tank stands need to be refinished and, you know, faces put on them and stuff like that. But they are in here. They are no longer out in a truck. And as you can see from the walk around video, they're very dirty. I got a lot of work to do. I got a lot of plumbing to do. But we are at a point now where I actually have tanks in here, and we're going to be hitting water fairly soon. So I just wanted to make this little update video for Monday morning and just say how excited I am to finally get some tanks in here and get some stuff going. That tank right there is going to be Vicky's display tank. The 180 is on the floor right behind me. Well, it's on casters. It's on little furniture dollies right now sitting there because I got to rebuild the stand for that area right there. And then the tank directly behind me, that is going to be the reef tank, which is a 110, which was Vicky's old tank. And so we'll have the salt water will be right against the brown gray wall. That'll be a planted tank right there. The 240 is going to be right here. Right, the first thing that you see when you come into the fish room will be the 240 right here on display. As you can see, things are wobbly and need to be shimmed and all that kind of stuff. So I'll be making videos on all that stuff, and as I go through the process of doing all this stuff, I'll do my best to shoot video on everything that I'm doing so you guys can get a good idea of the kind of stuff that I do, because before everything was set up, I did some videos on setting up the tanks and stuff like that. I'll try to do a better job this time to show you guys, you know, the usage of my sumps and the plumbing and the drains and everything that's going in and out of the tanks and how I maintain them. It's going to be pretty good. As far as I'm concerned, this is about as good as you can get to have a dedicated room where all your fish stuff can be, along with the 16 feet of storage up above, so any excess extra stuff or extra tanks or any of that kind of stuff or whatever can all be stored up there and not have it be in the way or on the floor or anything in between there. Moving along on this project in the future, some of the stuff I'm going to be keeping my eye out for are 120 gallon tanks is what I'm looking for. I'm looking for tanks that match the 240. So 2 feet tall by 2 feet deep, but I want them to be 4-foot tanks. So that's what we're gonna be keeping our eye out for. Hopefully something like that will come up Craigslist or whatever. Somebody may be getting out of the hobby or whatnot. But I'm gonna be keeping an eye out for that so that I can stack tanks all the way around the room to be matched up and have them look really aesthetically pleasing. So that's what's going on. A lot of people have been asking how many tanks are gonna go in this room. Right now, 4. And then there'll probably be another additional tank at some point in time, but for now I'm gonna have the 2 large planted tanks running and a large saltwater, and then Vicky's planted tank over here with all the guppies and shrimp and all that stuff that she's doing. So this is the start. This is the beginning of this, and it has been a lot of work to get to this point, but I'm pretty stoked as to everything that's going on. I had some time lapse at the the time lapse will be at the end of uploading and whatnot. So this will be at the middle, I guess. I don't know. I don't really know how I'm gonna put this video together. It's Monday morning. I'm kind of tired from working all weekend, but and I got to work all week too. So and running up this week, we're going to be heading to Kentucky. Not Kansas. I know last time I was saying Kentucky when we were actually in Kansas. This time we were actually going to Kentucky, so we'll be on a 5-day hiatus while I'm out there, and then probably come back and upload some videos from stuff that went on in Kansas. or not Kansas, Kentucky. Why? I get them both confused. I don't know. So that's what's going on today. Have a good, safe May Day out there, everybody. And my thumb is still made out of hamburger. So at least we got that going for us. All right. On to the tour section of the video. I'm giving you guys a quick tour of the upper part of the fish room. This is the storage area up above. And I want to show you guys some of the stuff that went in. I packed in R13 insulation up above. It's actually double stacked, which I know does not mean R26, but it's more like R20 kind of insulation value up there, which is probably plenty inside a building like this, and the area that I live in, it never really gets that cold here, so I should be working out swimmingly. And I got a 16-foot storage area up above now, which is a lot of added space just for all that junky stuff that I don't use very often, like like my router table and empty CO2 tanks and stuff like that. You can see that it is still fairly a mess within the shop area, but we're going to be sorting that out. That's the old 180 stand right there that needs to get rebuilt. It's too long to fit the area exactly how we want it to fit. There's going to be a little bit of a void in the corners to the left and the right of the 110 reef tank, which is what we want. And the 180 stand is actually too tall also, so I'm going to end up bringing that down so I can set the level closer to the 240 while it's right next to the 240, and I'll be able to build the reveal so it'll be right along the same line with the hood on each one and the stand on each one. So the reveal area will actually be 24-inch, even though it's a 30-inch tall tank. As you can see here, this is us offloading the truck, which is amazing to get some help from my friends that came down to help unload this stuff, because it realistically is it's just too ungainly for one person to be moving this stuff around. I've figured it out in the past, and generally speaking, injured myself, not in a severe degree, but enough to really impede what I was doing the rest of the week, and that is not beneficial for anybody to be injuring yourself. So highly appreciate Rafi and Stacy coming out to help. They had availability and came down, and so we had lunch and dinner, and they helped offload all of the stuff, which was really cool, man. It's really impossible to get through life on your very own, and I don't think Vicky knew that I was recording, because look at them taking a vape break. Vicky doesn't smoke, she vapes, and I don't even think there's any nicotine in it. I think it's just for show. But like I was saying, it's amazing to have good friends that can come help out and spend a Sunday having a good time. The sun was out most of the day, so it actually made it pretty nice to be able to do a lot of the stuff. As moving the tanks out, you have to kind of stage everything, so it turns into a bit of a logistical nightmare with having to stage everything. You have to pull a tank down, set the tank off to the side, then go get the stand that it was sitting on, then pull the stand in, then put the tank up on the stand. A little bit of a process, not a huge ordeal. I didn't happen to have an extra stand to be able to stage all of the tanks on, so until after we were done, we had the extra 180 stand. Once we realized that I still needed to rebuild that anyhow. So, but we have this big truck to store everything in, and everything had been sitting in there, and I finally got a bit of a reveal in regards to how much stuff actually died. A lot of plants are dead. A bunch of plants are in my basement, and we shall see how this all works out in the next couple of weeks as I scape the new tanks and put everything in. It's going to be a lot of heavy lifting and all that kind of stuff, but If there's one person I know that's up for it, it's me. So we're going to be getting on that. And tanks and water and fish and shrimp and everything will be up and running real soon. I'm pretty stoked. But that's the end of the video. As I said earlier, have a safe May Day out there, everyone. Watch out for the riots. Later.